To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Canelo Alverez. Eddie Hearn, get this. Latest, Canelo Alverez reportedly close to agreeing to a new $85 million deal with Eddie Hearn and DAZN, which will see him take on dangerous Russian Dmitry Bivol before facing Gennady Golovkin in the trilogy bout. Wow. Canelo is close to a two-fight deal with Eddie Hearn with DAZN worth upwards of $85 million. Boxing's pound-for-pound king became a free agent in late 2020. As a result, he holds a position of extreme power when negotiating fights with promoters and broadcasters, giving him freedom of choice to survey the landscape and select whichever offer suits him best. Upon first becoming a free agent, Canelo set himself the goal of becoming the undisputed super middleweight world champion, which he did. Canelo next agreed to a two-fight Hearn DAZN and dispatched of his mandatory Envy Durham before dethroning Billy Joe Saunders of his WBO belt. Okay. Finally, in this last fight, you know what he did to Caleb Plant, stopping Caleb Plant in the 11th round. And now again, Canelo is free to seek new challenges. So it's claimed this will first see him move up to light heavy, where he previously beat Sergey Kovalev to win the WBO world title back in 2019 to challenge unbeaten Russian Dmitry Bivol for his WBA world title on May 7th. Then, assuming all goes well, it's reported that Canelo would move next to a super middleweight and defend his undisputed titles in a trilogy bout with Gennady Golovkin September 17th. Of course, we know Triple G is set to fight Ryota Murata in WBA and IBF middleweight world title unification and must win to set up the third Canelo fight. Let me stop there. Huge news. Huge news. And I think what Canelo did, me counterpunching, seeing what Canelo and how he navigated, he went to DAZN, he stayed with DAZN. You know, he liked that agreed upon money, you know, that guaranteed money, and stayed with Eddie Hearn, left Golden Boy, went to Hearn, pissed Oscar De La Hoya off, whatever, seeing what that was like, liked the promotions, did that over there, then went over to the PBC side because he had to, because he wanted to get that last strap, and he fought Caleb Plant, okay? He liked it over there as well. However, he kind of weighed him, I feel, and it was like, okay, what could I do and who could I fight over on that end? Who could offer me the most money and the most challenge? I think Canelo would wanted a little bit of both. And I see a little bit of both. $85 million, that's what Anthony Joshua made for fighting Andy Ruiz in one fight, but he's making in two fights, okay? So that's what, $42.5 million per fight. So that's about $8 million south of what he made for fighting Caleb Plant on the PBC side. But him going to light and heavyweight is a good thing too, okay? And I look at this as a mix-em-up kind of situation, half and half. Why? Because he's fighting Dmitry Bivol. That's a hard fight. Actually, I think that would be a more difficult fight than Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev is a slugger, and Canelo loves someone that comes right of him, like Angulo, you know, El Perro Angulo, you know, Alfredo. And, you know, guys like that, James Kirkland, he's a little bit more skilled than those guys, a little bigger, hits harder, but nonetheless, I think Canelo can deal with that. Maybe, maybe not. But Dmitry Bivol's more of a technical guy. He's like the bigger, stronger, younger Gennady Golovkin, right? Because he kind of has this kind of fighting style, kind of like Golovkin, but a little bit more fine-tuned with his combinations. So I think that makes him a little bit more dangerous, you know, and he can move around. He's mobile, so he's good with his feet. Footwork's great. So that would be a challenge. And fighting him first is kind of backwards to me because it seems like he would fight Gennady Golovkin first, right? Since he's older, and then fight Dmitry Bivol, you know, the toughest guy out of the two, or the toughest or the freshest guy out of the two. Gennady Golovkin will be 40 years old April 8th. Okay. Him waiting that out, he will be fighting a 40-year-old guy. He'll be fighting a 40-year-old guy anyway. Because Cinco de Mayo is after April. Go figure. But that would just make him that much older. And I never forgot the whole strategy when he was with Golden Boy, when he was under the protection plan, with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, that they waited out Gennady Golovkin. They waited that man out. They could have fought him when he was 33, 34. They waited till he was 35. Then fought him again when he was 36, almost 37. Okay, so, and then that's been, 3 years ago. So look at it the way it is. And, but you can't be too pissed off about it because I see him beating Gennady Golovkin anyway. I think Gennady Golovkin's too old. Now, Gennady Golovkin can make his own legacy by beating Canelo. But I think Gennady Golovkin picked the wrong path chasing Canelo like he did. Nonetheless, he got what he wanted. Deontay Wilder chased Tyson Fury. Okay, fair play. Gennady Golovkin is chasing Canelo Alverez. All right. So he has the third fight. And the irony of this is that Oscar De La Hoya secretly had Gennady Golovkin in the mix to fight Canelo against his wishes. Right? That's one of the reasons why he wanted to get rid of Oscar, because he wasn't 100% honest with him. He held that information back. Eddie Hearn's coming straight at him because he's like, look, mate, I want you to fight Triple G. You know what I mean? And I think the way he delivered that to him, that's promotional savvy right there. I think he delivered that smooth deal to Canelo, and Canelo's like, see, okay, right? I was born ready. So I think that's what happened. And this is what we have. But the good news is he is fighting someone that is dangerous, that we do want to fight, versus somebody that we don't want to see. So again, it's half and half, but still huge news. You guys tell me what you think of Canelo Alvarez, close to signing a 2-fight deal with DAZN for $85 million with Eddie Hearn. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.